Let's talk about a scenario that comes up fairly frequently in crit races, which is there's a breakaway that goes away. You are not part of the breakaway. It's a closed course, of course, because it's a crit, and the breakaway catches up to the group that you're in. What are you allowed to do? So, of course, we should turn to the rules. So let's read exactly from the USEC rulebook, and this verbiage that you see on the screen is from them word for word. Riders who have lost contact with the field and are then caught by a breakaway from the field may not lead. Riders off the front of the field may not accept assistance from riders who have lost contact with the back of the field. Lapped riders may rejoin and race with the field in cases where lapped riders are not being withdrawn by the officials. So what that means is you have to know where the field is. If you are part of the field and you are lapped by the breakaway, you are still able to participate with the breakaway and influence the race. For example, leading out your teammate who is part of that breakaway. If you are not in the field and you are in back of the field, you cannot help out. So you have to define what the field is. I looked through the rules and I could not see where the definition of the field is. I was talking with a friend. He said that the definition of the field is normally the largest group of riders that are together on the course. It is determined by the officials. So you might ask during the race as you go by from the officials, are we the field, if there is some doubt about whether or not you're the field. Now we're a pretty small group here, 4 riders, and this is the point that I'm looking back and I'm seeing that we're about to get caught by the small breakaway. Because there's been so much attrition in this race and the field, we started off with a small group, we might in fact be the field. I did not have great clarification, even though I asked 3 times as I was going by if we were the field in preparation for this moment. So I had to make a split-second decision here about what to do. So you're going to see up here on the right that there they go, the 2 members of the Dallas racing team who are the leading edge of this breakaway, they're gone. And behind me is my teammate John, and I have to make a quick decision here about what to do in terms of, do I help out and do I try to bridge him up for a possible win? So I didn't know if I was the field or not. I decided that John could make that decision. I would start to go, and if he followed me and got on my wheel, then he would be gambling that this was a legal move and that I was part of the field rather than part of a dropped group off the back of the field, and we would go for this. So we're going into a stiff headwind here. There is no power data because for some reason either my Garmin wasn't working or my power meter's battery's out. Got to check that out a little bit later. I've added a new field up here on the top left, which is the meters left until the finish line, so I'm experimenting with that, inspired by the NorCal Racing channel. If you haven't watched that channel, it's a great channel for race tactics. Cat 1 rider in Northern California. So stiff headwind here, and of course 2 very fast riders ahead of me. I think Jeff is a Cat 1, and I think David is a Cat 2, or maybe he's a Cat 1 now, I'm not sure. And I'm just trying my best here to animate the race. And, I've been in situations before where I'm definitely a lapped rider off the back of the field, and I just stay in the back. I don't do anything. I don't help out. I don't participate in the sprint. I try not to impact the race. On the other hand, even though this is a legal move, in my opinion, based on my interpretation of the rules and talking to many others, if in fact I am in the field at that point, if I'm not the field, it is not a legal move. There are still riders that won't be happy about this, and they'll yell at you, you can't participate, get out of here, get to the back, and things like that. So you have to make your own decision about whether you want to strictly follow the rules and participate in a sprint or help out your teammates versus doing what the other riders want you to do, which is of course to not impact their finish and to not help your teammates. So it was kind of fun. It didn't end up impacting the outcome, but I ended up 7th here, and my teammate John ended up 3rd, and the 2 riders from Dallas Racing ended up 1st and 2nd. So even though I was way off the back, dropped within 10 minutes, I still ended up with the top 10 finish. I think we only had like less than 20 to start. So it was a fun ride. Just if you have disagreements with this, let me know, because I'm just a Cat 3. I don't know what I'm doing. If you have a different take on this, let us know and drop it in the comments, and I'll see if I can clarify this any further. Thanks.